Today we're taking a look at the full... Hold on, that's not right. Let's fix that. Oh, that's not the right Megatronus either. Now we're talking. Today we're taking a look at Transformers Age of the Primes Leader Class Megatronus, one of the 13 primes, joining the likes of Solus Prime, Primer Prime, Vector Prime, and Alpha Trion. I know Vector Prime and Alpha Trion were already out, though they'll do for now. The Fall in here comes with his obligatory instruction sheet, one missile pod, you know what I mean, a large cannon, cannon barrel, spear tip, sword thingy, a purple rod, and 4 awesome effects parts. The missile pod can be mounted on his left shoulder via this peg. The large arm cannon can be mounted on either arm in multiple positions, or even stored on his back if you like. The barrel can be used for a small arm mounted gun, a cannon extension, or mounted anywhere there's an at. I mean a 5mm port. Even on his back if you want to give him that Megatron look. And no, this isn't a Studio Series 86 Megatron pre-tool. He can hold the smaller sword in his hand, or you can connect all the pieces together to form a large staff weapon. Again, these can plug into anywhere there's a 5mm port. The spear tip is soft rubber, which I would have preferred hard plastic. And finally, the effects parts, but more on that later. Taking a closer look at the robot mode, is it just me, or does his awesomely sculpted head remind you of that scary furnace in Home Alone? It comprises of mostly black plastic with some parts in a gunmetal grey, with a lovely purple paint on the head, chest, shoulders and knees matching the crutch plate. Speaking of paint, we must discuss the yellow here. Besides being complementary to the purple, it has been applied fantastically, potentially with a second pass or at least a better paint formula, though unfortunately my copy seems to have missed the template the first time and has a second application on the left pec. Nothing I can't fix, but it's noteworthy. With plenty of awesome surface detailing all over, such a beast of a figure. Whilst the Fallen here looks menacing enough in a static pose, he is surprisingly articulated. Head is on a ball joint, allowing for plenty of waggle, tilt and rotation. Universal Soldiers. The return.
Universal Soldier. The return.
Universal shoulders allowing for a full range. The arm is also on an armature hinged at both ends, which is for the transformation, but that means he has not only a standard back butterfly, but an accentuated forward butterfly allowing for fantastic range. Bicep swivel, single jointed elbow reaching past 90, wrist swivel, and single jointed opening hands. An unrestricted waist rotation, no crunch, universal hips allowing for a full range in all directions, thigh swivel, and a knee swivel, single jointed 90-degree knee bend, almost 90-degree ankle tilts, and some foot tilt in both directions. Posability on this guy is incredible and very fun to mess with. Big feet allowing for a planted stance in many dynamic positions. Back to the effects parts. These awesome flame effects can be attached to Megatronus's body to make him look like he's emerging from Hades. Or just to look cool, I guess. Again, mounting via 5mm ports. These smaller pieces also have their own receiving port, so they can be mounted on other things too. These parts are soft, flexible plastic. They feel similar to the MPM effects, opposed to the blast effects we're used to, though I would avoid leaving them on your figures long term, just in case. Size comparisons. Here with Solus Prime, Primer Prime, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, Micron Legend Ultra Magnus, and a Primes group shot. Transformation. Open the forearms and fold the hands away. Close the forearms back up. Lift the chest plate, fold in the side panels, and rotate the section 180. Hinge the arms forward on the previously mentioned butterfly hinges, then untab the entire arm and inner chest assembly from the main body. Fold the arms out clear, pull forward the chest and head assembly into this position, rotate the head 180, unfold the treads, lift and rotate and collapse these panels. Fold out the tread assemblies, fold the chest plate head assembly down between the front treads and then tab them all together. Rotate the waist 180, then fold the hip missile pods up. Rotate the lower legs at the knee 180, 180, 180!
Say it, dare I say it, but Adrian Lewis.
Oh, 180 too many times. Untab these locking panels, open the treads, fold the feet back into the leg, and then close the treads. Spread the legs out and then fold the leg just below the hip, then tab the thigh into the front treads. Open the butt flap and then tab the locking panels and the flap together. Now fold down the inner chest and arm assembly, tabbing it into the butt flap and the locking panels. Grab your arm cannon, extend it on a double hinge, fold back the 5mm peg, attach the barrel, then peg the cannon into the two arms, folding them in together, forming the tank turret system. Reposition the missile pod and the sight, and we're done. Now that is a tank mode, and a glorious one at that. I know there are some quote unquote parts forming here, but it's weapons, so fuck off. The transformation was fun and repeatable without instructions after the first time, delivering a solid Cybertronian tank. The remaining weapons and effects parts can also be used in this mode, with the larger flames mounting on top and the smaller on the staff weapon, or anywhere else you want really. The staff can mount on the side, but I don't really like it on the tank personally. Again, any port is a goal for pegging stuff in. Tank mode size comparisons. Here it is with Solus Prime, Primer Prime, Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime, Micron Legend Ultra Magnus, and Age of the Primes Red Alert. Megatronus is a leader class figure in every sense. Large, weighty, highly articulated as we saw, decent engineering and parts count, plenty of accessories, the whole package. Absolute value for money at this price point. Also at this stage, this is a unique mold with no teased or announced retools or repaints, which is cool, but in some ways a shame. Such a brilliant figure deserves plenty of love. I highly recommend you getting your hands on this figure. This was Transformers Age of the Primes Megatronus. Thank you for watching, please drop a like, consider becoming a channel member, and I'll see you on the next one. This review is brought to you by That's Just Prime, a Beast Wars podcast, a new episodic review podcast from myself and Arrowfire, whom you should subscribe to if you're not already. We're discussing each and every episode of the Transformers Beast Wars series, along with sporadic episodes on toys, films, etc., with some guests thrown in.